We have huge breaking Doctor Who news at this point. And this is pretty interesting. This is on IGN right now. Doctor Who star regenerates into Billie Piper, but fans think she's not actually playing the Doctor. And this is turning out to be true. I've got a Doctor Who insider who has given me all of the information that came up and was dead on the plot points for this last season. Every single one was hit. And was given to me in advance, from the follow-up on the Midnight episode to the fact that Joe Martin was going to come in and be the fugitive Doctor again, the fact that the Ronnie was going to be the villain, and actually the fact that Jodie Whittaker was going to show up. All of this was told to me weeks in advance, and I got this, and I put it out on the channel here, and I put it on my Substack Fandom Pulse, which is where I write a lot of articles. I have not written an article on this yet. I'm going to later today. Usually I do this pretty fast, but I wanted to break this news on YouTube quickly because I just got it. And this is a huge bombshell for Doctor Who and Doctor Who fans. So please hit the like and subscribe button. Do sign up for this Fandom Pulse. Very important, guys, because this is where I tell my news, and this is where you get a lot of your breaking news on a lot of different stories. We don't have time to cover all of them on the channel, so I appreciate you guys being here. This is like the biggest science fiction and fantasy hub of all of fandom right here. That's in the description below. On top of this, guys, I am a science fiction writer myself, and I would love for you to check out my Stars Entwined. If you like fun space opera, if you like good characters, if you like good world building and development that all makes sense, that's a big thing that Russell T Davies missed this year, I would love for you to check this out. This is like classic 80s science fiction, so if you like the old classic Doctor Who, you're going to probably love this. It's in the description below, and I've got a whole trilogy. It's available on ebook, print, and audio, and I know that everybody has Audible credits at the beginning of the month. Grab it today, guys. Support some independent fiction. Thank you guys for being here. So, yes, I know I gave you two things, and that's a lot, but this is the news. This is my fiction, and I do it all. I work really hard, guys, and this is why we get the great insider scoops here. So I'm pulling this up. This is an IGN article about this, about how she's not actually playing the Doctor, and that's because from what I hear, she isn't actually playing the Doctor. And so what I understand, and what I was told by my insider this morning, is that Billie Piper was brought in at the last minute, and there was no plans for her to actually play the Doctor. Now, my original insider, when he was talking about the regeneration scene in Gatwa was very out on this very early on. And so actually way before the season was even starting to air. And so they started filming his regeneration scene first. And the reason it all feels mismatched and patched on, like there's like 20 different scenes that like don't fit and flow together and make any sense at the end of this last episode, was because they were all done in different reshoots later on. And so Gatwa was out, and they actually didn't have any plan for who the next Doctor was going to be. They don't know what's going on. Russell T Davies is begging Disney to come back and give them some extra funding and the like. Of course, they don't know what's going to happen with anything at all. And Disney is looking increasingly like they're out at this point because they lost so much on this investment, and they're losing so much on streaming in general because of all their other errors which they've made, which is, of course, hurting a lot of television in the process. Now, the BBC are super worried right now that they're going to on how they're going to continue Doctor Who, and this is the bombshell that you've been waiting for, my friends. Billie Piper only filmed her scene a few weeks ago, and so when my insider actually gave me all the information on this, didn't know that Billie Piper was actually even a part of this yet. That rumor came out later. We also reported that in advance, but of course that was not known at the time of the original leaks, and so this is crazy. RTD, Russell T Davies, wanted a regeneration cliffhanger because the whole point of this was a last-ditch attempt effort to go to Disney, say, look, Billie Piper's super popular among the fans. We have this cliffhanger that's like, this is a big story that people might want as a serial. Please come back and reinvest in the show. And so this incident right here is actually their effort to try to get Disney to fund the show and to bring Doctor Who back. As of right now, there are no plans for Doctor Who and Doctor Who's future. They didn't know what was going to happen with this. They were hoping Disney was going to be involved with it. The BBC has not been working on producing a season 3 or whatever. I know Russell T Davies has gone out and say he's written another season. Now that Gatwa's gone, it's like, okay. But with all of that, there were no plans with any of the execs actually to keep this going. And so this is all something that is just completely shocking. I should put a picture or something. There we go. Okay. Completely shocking to the people involved here, which is a big deal. Now, this is what my insider said directly. So all this, the decision to include Billie Piper was a very last-minute decision. Around the time the Robot Revolution was airing, they were still planning to go with a cliffhanger regeneration where we wouldn't see who Nakuti regenerated into, and that was going to be what it was. We don't know who the new Doctor is at all because they didn't know and they didn't have a plan. With all of this, they wanted this reinvestment. They wanted the hype. And I think this is going to backfire on them because the fan reaction has been so negative to all of this. Nobody wants a Billie Piper Doctor. I mean, this is just nutty. And so I think that they wanted to push wokeness again, to push a female Doctor again. And, of course, fans hated that the first time. They're going to hate it again. And so, of course, with Billie Piper, it seems like a gimmicky sort of thing. It just feels gross. It feels like a fan fiction tier level writing. So I just saw that just how terribly everybody reacted to this. I don't think Disney's going to come back on board. So this is what we see. It does seem like stunt casting. And it kind of wraps up the new Who era by bringing it full circle. Billie was not even on the set at all. She filmed everything in an incredibly small crew in front of a green screen in London a few weeks ago, and they pasted her face onto Nakuti's body at the last minute. That's why it felt so weird. It's thought that Russell casting Billie was a way to increase audience interest, of course, like Tennant came back before as well, and hopefully make the show more appealing to Disney. BBC was a bit concerned currently about how they're going to continue the show themselves. Lots of scrambling going on. Billie saw it as a favor to Russell T Davies than anything. She's happy to do a special or a series, but she's also fine to just film something quick and attempt to help out the show, even if it ends up being no use. Russell went straight for Billie. She didn't have to audition or anything. It all happened very quickly, and Russell doesn't even know why she has Rose's face yet. They don't have anything planned on this level because it was not planned on advance whatsoever. And that's, if you look at it, this last couple of seasons has been like this a lot. They act like there's a plan, and then they try to just cram all this stuff in at the last minute so it's all, quote, connected, and it doesn't really make sense. This has been a big hallmark of what Russell T Davies has been doing. Most of Season 3, which Russell T Davies already written, was done with Nakuti in mind, so don't expect that next Doctor to be too different because it'll be about the same. If there are a few alternate takes of Billie's first line, everything in it, in unit after the Belinda Doctor and the Ruby scene was reshoots, as well as the garden and Belinda's house scene and the stuff of 13, obviously. They're going to not admit that Nakuti is leaving after 2 seasons wasn't always the plan, because that would mean admitting that Season 3 was delayed because Season 1 didn't do as well as initially hoped, which Russell will never do. Now, this is it. It's looking like we're approaching the end for a long time because of this, because the fans from all corners are universally against the current direction of the show. The BBC are scrambling right now, and they don't know what they're going to do going forward. The people in charge have no idea what they're doing. An announcement from BBC could drop at any moment, but it's clear Doctor Who has not been in this bad of state for any time in its 60-year history. So there's going to be a giant delay right now because there is no plan. This was not planned going forward. Billie Piper was not planned to be the 16th Doctor. We don't even know if she's coming back for real. There was just this throwaway moment and what that was thrown into here, and this is a desperation play by Russell T Davies to go out there and try to get Disney to fund this in the hopes that fans will rubberneck and try to come back and see the nostalgia member berries of Billie Piper. But, you know, honestly, I don't think Disney's going to be this stupid at this point. I mean, they've made a lot of stupid moves, but they've lost a lot of money and or cost them more than $500 million. All the Marvel shows have cost them so much, and they've seen almost nothing for it. Just big losses all the way around. And so this one's a no-brainer because it's not doing very well. The ratings are doing terribly. It's not going to come back. Even the 60th anniversary specials were failures with David Tennant in it as the Doctor. And if David Tennant can't bring it back as the Doctor, do they really think that Billie Piper is going to be doing this? This is a huge bombshell of a revelation, and I don't know that anybody else has this right now. So thank you guys for watching. What do you guys think about this? Wow. I mean, I can't imagine a greater Hail Mary here. This is huge from Russell T Davies to not have this planned, to not have anything in mind on this, and to just be hoping that Gottwood would be coming back and doing a Season 3. That's a lot of hopium right there that he's been swallowing, and apparently none of it's working out. It's all crumbling before their very eyes, and we'll see what happens next. Leave a comment down below with what you think about this. Please hit the like and subscribe button. Thanks, guys. This is your best spot for science fiction news in general and Doctor Who news. I appreciate you all being here. Please, again, sign up for the Phantom Pulse Substack where we report all this. This is where all the sci-fi news is at. And check out my science fiction books. It's in the description below. Thanks so much for reading, guys. You're the best. We'll be back soon.